hear something. It's like a buzz. I think we got wasps in here. So, my name is Greg. Let's start that one more time. My name is Greg, and this is my wife, Megan. And if you didn't watch the first episode, I highly recommend you go watch the first episode. But if you didn't watch the first episode, we bought a hotel in the Black Hills, and now we're on the struggle train to get this hotel from being a disaster building that's rotting out from the inside to something that people will actually want to stay in. So, when we left off, we had just moved out to the Black Hills so that we could supervise this renovation. We've had pipes exploding all over the place, tile floating, bad wet smells. When you're a property owner and you smell wet, that's not a good thing. So fast forward, we get to the Black Hills, and we've basically let our tenants move out on their own, and they went and found other places. And I forgot to tell you something. Our building is small. It's 1-story wood frame construction, kind of a basic building. And we first thought that we needed like an architect or somebody to come out and help us do a design, and it's something that we first started looking for. So we started looking for an architect, and we kept on getting told by architects, you don't need an architect. Well, I should say, we had some architects who were like, yes, would love your project, and then they would never actually call us back. And we finally found who ended up becoming our architect eventually. He came out and he looked at it and he said, you don't need an architect, you just need a contractor. So when you're doing simple projects, apparently all that you need is a contractor until you need an architect. More on that later. Our contractors were gonna start in July, so we wanted to make things easier for demolition and actually maybe salvage some stuff. So we went over to the building and started emptying appliances and cabinets and that kind of thing out of the building in order to make it empty. So you can just start smashing through walls and making everything empty faster. At least that's what we thought. So here's us. We have just moved over and we've got ourselves a big old trailer. We're ready to donate stuff. This is ridiculous. So what you're gonna see in the next following seconds is the footage as we opened all those doors and started looking at what we had actually purchased. Because when you buy commercial real estate, you don't always get to see every room in the building. And that's because if you've got long-term tenants living there, they can tell you no. What we did see looked pretty good, so we decided to move forward, just hoping that everything else looked that good, and we were wrong.
See, so we were talking about in terms of like, so this building used to be 8 units, and this is what it looks like when you just stucco one of the doors. So there's a door, this used to be a door. Let's go into this. Definitely replace those. Nice keyless entry. No longer.
So I actually scuff my knuckles every time I open
I know, me too! Because that freaking stucco that they put there.
It's right there.
Oh, I hate it. Goes in, and then you hit your fingers. It's not fun. Oh, it still smells. Oh. Ooh. You know, this is the long-term tenant in here actually used this as a handhold, so you can see where he grabbed the pole to use to get out of it.
That pipe was in a wall when the building was an 8-unit hotel, and when they took out the walls, they just left the pipe for some reason.
So this is one of the 1-bedrooms that wasn't a studio. Here's our lovely old tile. How pretty that is. And this is very, according to the guys, I think I had like something on me. So according to our contractors, this tile is super thick.
It's the backing. They did
the backing, yeah.
3/4 inch cement backing.
What's that? Wow. No. He'll sting on me. All right. Yeah, okay.
Don't get your feet on it.
I'm not going to.
That's why we're in the right.
I know. So these are the old heaters that we were talking about, looking at the gas lines. They don't work anymore. They turned them off a while ago.
Deactivated for years and years.
Yeah.
Wow, this is heavy.
Sure. They don't make them like they used to. Ooh, that's loud.
Yeah.
gonna replace those. It's okay.
The door has swelled, so it doesn't.
It's hot, man.
Well, I think it's swelled. So all of this is gonna go.
Yeah. This is one of the studios that were part of the building.
And this is the struggle. Oh, get it open.
These are not fun. All right, here we go.
Welcome. It smells better now.
It does smell better now. It still smells, but it must be, but.
It smells, but it smells better.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is just a studio. So what we're gonna have the kitchen against that, was that wall? That wall?
This is the original layout that the motel was built with.
Right.
So this is untouched from 1956, except for updates to the cabinetry.
Go to the bathroom.
You gotta show them the premium 1956 interior.
Well, this is very similar to the last one. So here we go in. Oh God, there's like.
Do we have lights?
Yeah. So we got.
one light.
Oh God, look at that. That is gross, and also very oversized for this bathroom. Why is that so big?
It's
Why?
Original, it's custom.
Oh, this guy did not leave this in a very good condition. Look how gross this is.
Well, also you have cast iron pipes, and you get rust on the inside of the pipe, and then you get brown water. That's why when you turn on some old pipe from an old building, you get brown water. Well, there's two reasons to get brown water. I won't tell you the other way.
Yeah, don't talk about that.
But also, custom plywood mounting.
Yes, that is just a quality job right
The
there.
hole is bigger than the thing.
Probably.
than the-
Yeah.
It smells a lot better.
It does. Everyone's like, it smells so much better. It doesn't smell good, but it smells a lot better.
And we're gonna keep this. Our renters, or the people who come in, we're gonna.
People staying at the hotel are they're gonna love that mosaic. Is it just like a stick? Like it's so thin. It's just it just looks like it, but it's just wallpaper, right? There you go, just wallpaper.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, it came off in the herringbone pattern.
Yeah, it's wallpaper.
They're the only one that they redid, the people we bought this building from.
Well, they all redid them all in 2011-ish. And then this was the only one that they updated beyond 2011.
Yeah, this was empty when we bought the building. Hey! Here we go! So we actually pulled up the flooring because it wasn't worth keeping. And then we took out the upper cabinets, see where they painted. And then we've got obviously some equipment in here.
Contractor equipment, storing it in other units. And this was the update, which we're not going to keep.
No, not at all. That's a better sized vanity though, I'll give them that.
It's too small, actually.
It is too small.
Can you imagine washing your face in there?
No, I get water all over the floor. It'd be
It's
ridiculous.
like, can you almost fit your head in there?
That's like a big complaint that I have about hotels is that you're constantly, your bowl is too small. You have no shelving for anything. So all of your toiletries have to be kind of like jumbled somewhere around here and trying to figure it out. And then, but even that's not enough. Like it's just.
I just realized it opens.
It does open. Yeah. So all
new
plumbing,
sharp
new
eyes.
plumbing. That's what happens when you buy a little. You just bake in new plumbing. Just always bake it into
Bake in new plumbing.
your renovation costs.
New electrical. Because
Yeah.
I guarantee you they did some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So they've got the original electrical panel here.
Yeah.
And then they've got this rando electrical panel, which is also probably the original.
Yeah.
Just hanging out in somebody's bedroom.
Yeah. All right. So all of our fridges and stoves are all now donated to the Spearfishery store. There's Greg coming out to use this whole angle thing in the sun. And look, it's all empty! Hey!
Also, I can't forget one of our tenants, when he moved, he left all of his unrefrigerated food in the refrigerator, left all dry unpackaged food in his cabinets. He left pots and pans. He left rotting food in the cabinets. He left a couch that he had hotboxed the unit in. He wasn't smoking pot. He was smoking cigarettes. He was hotboxing with cigarettes. Now that's hardcore. So we ended up doing that unit last, opening up all the windows and letting it air out over the entire weekend. And so we ended up having to tear out the entire cabinets because the couch that he had in there was bigger than the doorway. I don't know how he got it in there. You literally could not pick it up and put it into the doorway without bumping into something else. Either that or it got in there and then he built the cabinets. But that doesn't make sense because they're all the same cabinets. I'm not gonna think about it too much. Point is, we ended up having to spend a couple of hours ripping out the cabinets, particularly in that room, just so that we could get the couch out, so we could throw it away. So, gives you an idea of the horrible state that the building was in, and you're gonna get to see more of it.
You laughed at that.
How gross it is.
So we went home after cleaning the building, and then we started some actual work. I started my career as a draftsman, so I'm no stranger to drawing up building plans and that kind of thing. So the first thing that I did after we cleared all the crap out was take a measurement of each exterior wall and lay it out on a drafting program and start relaying out all of the units, because none of those walls were probably going to be good. We probably had unpermitted work under them, and once we start ripping out one spot, we might as well just do the entire thing. We were informed that all we needed was a drawing where someone could put down some straight lines. I had all of the dimensions of the building, and it took me a couple hours to create a dimension sketch of the interior layout once I figured out how to use the software. So I got the permit drawings pulled together. I did some straight lines, and I gave them the proposed layout for the building. And we gave it to our contractors because they were going to work with the city. We buttoned it up, sent it out to city inspection, and then we had to leave for a family wedding. We didn't even get 2 hours down the road before we got called by our contractors, and they told us that our permits had been rejected and that they were told to stop work. It's good because they weren't actually working yet. Aside from, you know, cleaning up crap and getting ready to go. That's why you see some tools in the building when we're walking through, is that they're bringing in some of their own equipment already too. We were told we needed to have a code review performed before we could do any approval process whatsoever. All right, so I've talked a lot about a code review, but what exactly is a code review? You know those TV shows where the contractor goes in with a homeowner and he's looking around and he's getting this really disgusted look on his face, and he's just scanning and he's like, that's a code violation. That's not up to code.
Yeah, that's not up to code anymore.
That's not up to code. And then they tell you you've got like $100,000 worth of repairs and maintenance that you need to do in order to bring everything up to code. There's actually a book, and it's called the International Building Code Specifications. And every year, structural engineers, designers, architects, they all get together and they decide best practices for somebody putting together some sort of residence, because it covers not only houses, but also stadiums and commercial spaces and parking garages, the whole gamut, everything. And they decide the standard code for something that should be put together. So code book 1 leads into code book 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And to do a code review, you have an architect or some professional go through and sit down with the client. And the client describes what they're interested in doing. Like, I'm building a house, or I'm renovating a hotel, or I'm making a stadium, right? And the architect goes through the code books and checks each section to see if it's applicable based on the description that the customer said that they wanted. And afterwards, they'll give you a big old report, and that report will come back and tell you what you need to do in order to build this thing to code and make sure that everything is compliant and easily approvable by the city inspectors. And so that's what a code review is. It's gonna save you some money and some headaches and some tears and some blood, maybe a couple of relationships. Anyway, so go get your code review. That's what a code review is. Thanks for listening to my TED Talk. We got the code review started. We went off to the wedding and we were hopeful that the code review would come back with no additional findings that we already didn't know about. So, to recap, what we have now gotten to, we've moved to the Black Hills, we have cleaned out the building, we have removed anything that's bolted down, cabinets, appliances, the other thing. We're getting down to the point where you need to start swinging a hammer to remove stuff. Our contractors have been selected, they've got their tools in the building, and now our approval process has gotten shut down. So now I need to start getting a permit created, approved, so that we can start work. I was only thinking it was gonna take a couple of weeks. But thanks for watching, and we will see you soon, and hopefully we'll have some progress. Talk to you later, guys. See ya.